With all the uncertainty today regarding the COVID-19 virus, many people who are out of jobs are looking for ways to create money for themselves. Many of them are turning to platforms such as Twitch for live streaming, which, by the way, you can find me at twitch.tv/Dagan07. But is it a viable way to make money? Let's talk about that. Before we get started, let me be 100% transparent. I do stream on Twitch, but I don't stream solely to make money. To date, I've been streaming on Twitch for 3.5 years. I started back in October of 2016, and I currently have 6 subscribers, 844 followers, and I average about 5 concurrent viewers as of late. So with all that being said, in the last 3 years, I've made $250 from live streaming on Twitch. That's a combination of subs, ads, donations, and bits. So I'm not exactly raking it in. And this is the case for 95% of streamers on Twitch. It's just not a viable way to make money. The problem that I'm seeing on many streams is people are treating their stream as a charity. I've seen streams where people are begging for bits, subs, and donations in the hope that they can live out their dreams playing video games every day and just chill when they're not playing video games. Some people out there can get away with this, but many people can't. There's so much fluctuation when it comes to solely relying on live streaming for profit. Your subs are going to change month to month. The amount of bits that you get are going to change month to month, and your donations are going to change month to month. You cannot plan anything in advance, and you live your life in constant fear that if you miss a stream, you're going to miss out on your revenue. And that's not the way to live your life. You'll get burnt out really easily. And it's, like I said, that lends to it not being a viable source of income. So let's rewind back to how I said this is how about 95% of streamers live. Let's talk about that other 5%, because they obviously did something right. And what I can tell you is that they more than likely had a following outside of Twitch that they were able to bring to Twitch with them. And what this does is this helped them top the charts of the games that they were playing, so that people that weren't following them are still seeing them, because that's how Twitch's algorithm works. They show the streams that have the most people in it on the game, and then it just kind of trickles down. I know they have a filter there, but most people don't even really touch that filter. Or the other way the other reason why some of these streamers have, these top 5% of streamers have the viewership that they have, is that they were playing on that they were streaming on Twitch long before Twitch was actually Twitch. Many people don't know that Twitch actually used to be a platform called Justin TV, got rebranded to Twitch, and as Twitch grew, their audience grew because they were one of the first to adopt live streaming before live streaming was cool. So when it was still Justin TV, there was a small amount of people that were actually coming to the site, and with those people, they grew their audience there. And as more people started to come in, as live streaming became more and more popular, they just kind of grew with it. So the former on that is much more truer now. People bringing their communities with them from other platforms. Here's a short list of streamers that have brought their viewership from another platform, and you might recognize some of them. Dr. Disrespect started off on YouTube many years ago creating voiceover videos for his games. Markiplier started on Newgrounds. Do you remember Newgrounds? And then he transitioned over to YouTube. Now he's on Twitch as well. Harris Heller created an amazing YouTube channel called the Alpha Gaming Channel, which he does videos very similar, and he's somebody that I actually look up to. Shout out to Harris Heller. And he even tells you in his videos that he's pushing you from his YouTube video, which the content is so great. He's pushing you over to his Twitch as well, so you can talk to him in real time on his Twitch. Harley Morenstein, you might know him as the Sauce Boss from Epic Mealtime if you're into Epic Mealtime. Guys like Jacksepticeye, Nadeshot. Ninja is a different story. Ninja was a pro Overwatch player, but one night with Drake pretty much changed his life. So that's one of those kind of, got lucky moments, but he was still doing relatively okay before that night. Now he's the biggest streamer out there and making, the big deals with Mixer and everything. So the list goes on and on. but they all started on a different platform, namely YouTube. And they brought their audiences with them to Twitch, and their audiences felt compelled to sub, donate, give them bits, all sorts of good stuff. And that's why they're partnered now, and they're able to make a living off of Twitch. So, and then they're making a living off YouTube, off of ad revenue off YouTube as well. So they've basically doubled their income. So you might be asking, Dagan, how do we get to the top 5%? Or even the top 10%? The top 10% still makes a really great amount of money. And I've already said the answer. You have to build up your audience on another platform. You might be saying, Dagan, which platform should I go on? There's so many. There's Twitter, there's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's everything out there under the sun. And I'm going to say YouTube, because that's the common theme between all of the guys that I mentioned, minus, Ninja. They all started their communities on YouTube. They advertised their Twitch channel on YouTube, and they pushed people to their YouTube channel. You might be asking, well, why YouTube? YouTube videos are searchable by sites such as Google. Let me fix my hat here. Getting a little uncomfortable. They post their videos on YouTube and they don't go away. It's kind of like evergreen content as long as that content is still relevant. When you're on Twitch, your content's there only while you're live. And then even if it's a video on demand, there's no guarantee that anybody's going to watch that video on demand. There's no way to search for your video on demand or even search when you're live. Excuse me. The only way that somebody's going to find you on Twitch is if they're looking for, there's only two ways, just two. If they're looking for you and they're searching by your name in the search bar, or you happen to be at the top of the list for the game that you're playing. That's it. You're not going to get another shot. So this is why it's so important to create that content that's going to be searchable, that's going to be long-lived, and even your VODs are not long-lived. I think for non-affiliates, it's like 7 or 14 days before your VOD gets deleted. For affiliates, I think it's either 30 or 90 days. And then I think for partners, it's either 90 days or 6 months, something to that extent. I'd have to do the research on that. But even the videos that you create on Twitch are not going to be there long, and they don't get indexed by Google. You cannot search them on Google. So this is why streaming on Twitch is by itself is not a viable way to make money. You have to incorporate other programs and other platforms that allows your content to be searchable. Combining posting on other platforms and building a community there, and then pushing them to your Twitch to engage with them is how you're going to make streaming a viable way to make money. And there you have it. A long-winded no answer with a caveat of if you do this. A side tip to follow up on is create content that's relevant to your audience or the audience that you want to attract. And create content that people are searching for. So do your research when you're creating your content. And this is how you're going to grow your community on the other platforms that you can then push to Twitch and really start making Twitch a viable source of income for you. So if you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button and tick the notification bell to get a notification of when I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Twitch right here, twitch.tv/Dagan07. And you can also find me on Twitter, twitter.com/Dagan07. So thanks for hanging out. And also, one last thing. I have my own Discord channel that if you want to jump in and we can talk even when I'm not streaming, be sure to join the Discord. And I'll answer questions to the best of my ability. I really enjoy doing things like that. And then you'll get a couple of other notifications if you join in as well for when I post a video or when I go live, things like that. So again, really appreciate you hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.